Maybe you're not quite as in touch with the way you feel as you think you are. Or maybe there's more to experience. Maybe there's a deeper desire that you haven't quite ferreted out yet. Maybe there's more for you to identify as your desire, because you are deliberate and you are picky. And that's a good thing.
How can I prevent myself from going into a witch hunt as, okay, I either have what I have or I don't?
If you can leave the condition aside for a little bit, especially when it's feeling like that, and just focus upon feeling good. Just focus on feeling good. Focus on other things that do feel good. Here's the easiest way for you to hear it. The thing that trips more people up than all other things put together is that you won't let go of asking. And in the asking, there is the awareness that it hasn't happened yet. So, I want this thing I do not have. 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 Well, cut it out. You have asked. It has been duly noted. It has been arranged. It has been created. It is being given to you, and the clues are forthcoming. Stop noticing it isn't done yet. Get on to other things. So if you really want something that you really want to come, ask for some other things, because when you take your attention off that, it'll happen. That's a really good trick. And how do you know you're doing that thing? You don't feel good while you're doing it. Negative emotion is always present when you're doing that thing that lowers vibration. Isn't that nice to know? Negative emotion is always present when you're doing that thing you do that lowers vibration. So if you've got negative emotion, stop and say, "Ooh, I've got negative emotion, and I'm doing that thing I do that lowers my vibration, and it's keeping me from being in the receptive mode, so I can't follow the clue to the path of the things that I really want." Appreciation is a wonderful state of allowing the natural momentum of who you are to flow. Yeah. Helpful?
Extremely. So when I stop focusing on the lack of a romantic relationship, it will appear.
Because it's in your vortex and it has already become. And your attention to what isn't happening will not allow what has already happened to be realized by you.
When the thought comes back,
the thought that says,
where is she? How come she hasn't shown up yet? So when she is not showed up, after I feel, I feel the elation and the experience.
So you're depending in that moment of discomfort on the condition to support the emotion. That's what you've got to stop doing. Because you can support the emotion by focusing on other things, or by anticipating that, or by imagining that, or by just enjoying positive emotion. That would be like, let's say that there are 10 programs available to you on your television, and you have your remote control handy, and you turn it to one, and it isn't pleasing to you, but you sit there and you just demand that it turn into something that's pleasing to you. I really don't like this program. I hope it changes. I don't like any of those actors. I hope that they become different. And wouldn't it just be logical to just check around, to explore some other channels or some other subjects? So when the subject that you are exploring doesn't please you, check around. Look to other subjects like the power of your mind, or the thrill of meditation, or the feeling of clarity, or how well things are going relative to business. Just change the subject to something that allows your connection. That's really an important thing to understand, isn't it? Have we convinced you that the connection is really what you're reaching for? The connection is what matters. The connection is where your resources are, is where your clarity is where all of the fun is. It's certainly where the leading edge is. It's certainly where you rendezvous with everything that you want and who you really are. Have we convinced you of the importance of connection? And so what you're wanting to connect with is your source, not your lover. Connect with your source and then find your lover. Don't need your lover to find your source. Source is available all the time. Connect to that, and then everything else will follow. Everything else will follow. But if you need something else to be different than it is in order to feel good, now you're going about it in the backwards way. You've got that, don't you? You really do have that. That matters so much. Do you believe that you have the ability to feel the way you want to feel? Mostly. Do you believe that there are conditions that prevent you from feeling good? Yeah, sometimes things are hard. Do you believe that you could get a good night's sleep and wake up and focus a little differently and feel better? Yes, of course you do. You've done it frequently. Do you believe that the people in your world, in your life, especially those up close, owe it to you to behave in ways that keep you happy? Yes, you do. You do believe that. Yes, you do. You do believe that. But that's not working out very well, is it? In other words, nothing will alienate those up close to you more than convincing them that they need to be different so that you can feel good. You can get away with it for a little while, but it gets really old really fast, doesn't it? And so when you begin to take responsibility for the way you feel, and you don't demand that something be different than it is right now, this red hot minute, and you show yourself that you have the ability to self-soothe. That's really what it is. To self-soothe, which is the same thing as to self-align, to align with self. When you show yourself that you have the ability to do that, then you've taught yourself that you can tap into this empowerment. And then ideas flow, impulses are right, and that's when those rendezvous happen, you see. But you can't find someone when you think they're missing. It defies law. So you meet some great person, they're everything you want, and you're just looking at them like, can't be you, because who I'm looking for I can't find. And there they are. They're screaming at you, it's me, it's me, it's really me. Your inner being says, it's her, it's really her. And you're saying, I've been looking and 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 looking. And she's saying, look closer, look closer. I can't find you. I can't find you. It really is that bold. You're looking right at him and saying, I don't see you. I don't see you anywhere, because you are blind to what you're really looking for.